So, I grew up on PlayStation my entire life. We've got the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, of course the PS4, and now, today, finally, almost a year and a half after it came out, I finally get to take a look at a disc edition PS5. For those who don't know, the PS5 has been pretty much impossible to find ever since it came out, and the story goes like this. They announced, started, and sold out of pre-orders for the PS5 before I even woke up on the day it happened. And since then, I have been looking freaking everywhere to try to get my hands on a PS5, and now I finally have one. I'm not gonna give a super detailed explanation as to where I got it. All I'm really gonna say is I got it from one of my friends, brand new, sealed in its box for retail price. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the version of the PS5 that has the disk drive, which is exactly what I wanted. So taking a look at the front of the PS5 box, we've of course got the console sitting right here on its side with the new DualSense controller, PlayStation 5, and of course in the top right corner we have some important specs right here. We've got 8K, 4K at 120 Hz, very nice to have that. And of course, high dynamic range. On the back right here, we've got another photo of the PS5 and the DualSense controller, along with the storage capacity of this console. Now, this is actually the first PlayStation ever to have an SSD from the factory. The PS3 and the PS4 had hard drives, even the PS4 Pro, and the PS2 and PS1 didn't have any sort of built-in storage. I know there was the mod you could get to add a hard drive to the PS2, and they both, of course, had memory cards, but the big internal storage really started with the PS3. If you guys want, you can go ahead and read the back of this box here. I don't care enough to read through it, but I will mention that it does look like there's a pre-installed game here. I'm guessing this is something similar to like what they gave you on the PS4. So it's finally time to do the thing that I've been wanting to do ever since November of 2020 when this console came out. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the seal at the top and take it out of the box. Let's find out how similar this unboxing experience is to the PS4 and PS4 Pro and all those. Pretty similar so far with the flip open top. And then I assume that this box pulls out. Yep, just like that. So we have the thinner cardboard decorative box right here, just like we had on the newer generation of the PS4 and of course the PS4 Pro. Set that off to the side for right now, and we'll get into this one right here. So let's see what we got, guys. There you go. Actually, it looks like this comes out. Yep, just like that. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at what's in this little box right here. So it looks like we have the quick start guide. Pretty typical to find that with most electronics these days. We got a safety guide as well. And right here's the DualSense controller. I'm going to leave that alone for just a second. But next to that we have the power cable. This is pretty much exactly the same as what you got with the newer PS4 Pros. And of course, I think all the normal PS4s came with this actually as well. This style of power cable. I think this is the stand for it. I believe this is what you need to lay it flat because of the bulge that the disk drive creates on the bottom of this thing. And we also have an HDMI cable included. Very nice. It looks like a more blocky connector type, I guess you'd call it. Obviously the actual HDMI port is the same, but the actual plug itself is a lot more square than it used to be on the older consoles. Alright, gotta make sure there's nothing in here. Oh, there is. Let's see. That is a USB Type-C cable. Okay, good. I was actually unsure about this. I had thought that they maybe had kept using micro USB for the new controllers, but as you can see here, it's USB-C. Very nice. Apple, listen up. USB-C is the future, guys. Come on. Let's finally take a look at this DualSense controller. I've actually genuinely never held one of these before. Alright, here it is. So, right off the bat, this reminds me of an Xbox controller. Buttons feel nice. The joysticks are very smooth. Touchpad feels about the same as it did on the PS4. You of course have the smooth action triggers and then the standard bumper buttons right here. Now you'll notice there's no light bar like there was on the PS4 controllers, but I do believe, if I remember right, there's kind of a light bar that goes around the trackpad right here. This is your options button and then your sharing button, and of course, the clicky joysticks. This controller actually has a microphone built into it right here. I don't know how well you can see it on a B camera, but there's the mic right there, and then this is the button that you use to mute it. Pretty nice, and you do still get your 3.5mm headphone jack. The only complaint I really have about this controller is the fact that it's white. It's not gonna last very long looking like this, but you know what? It feels really nice in the hand. I'm excited to see how the feeling of DualSense compares to DualShock from back in the day. But yeah, so far, first impressions of this controller, very nice. I like how it feels in the hand. Main event time. Check this out, guys. If you look into this box right here, this is the actual console. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this box down right like that, and we're going to go ahead and try to pull this out. Nice and easy like that. Maybe I should have laid it the other way. Okay, alright. Before even taking it out of this wrapping right here, this is very heavy. Like, it feels pretty comparable in weight to the original PS3. Oh my gosh. Ah, oh, there she is, boys. Gosh, this thing is huge. Alright, so, full disclosure, I've seen these in person, but only at, like, Best Buys when they're wrapped up in the little plastic display case. This is not a small console. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna grab a couple of other PlayStations and set them side by side for a little comparison here. Okay, original PS3, the fat, glossy one that has the little door for your memory cards, 4 USB ports on the front, backward compatible with PS2 games, and the PS5 dwarfs it. This was the biggest PlayStation until the PS5 came out. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, we've also got a PS4 Pro right here. Absolutely dwarfs this thing too. Just for proof, it's the 4 Pro. Look at that, all 3 layers. But yeah, the PS5's big. I don't know what else to say about it than it's big. Even if I stick the PS4 Pro behind it. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got for ports here. Around the front, it looks like we have a... That's USB 2.0. Are you kidding me? Alright, so we have a USB 2.0 port on the front next to a super speed USB Type-C port. I don't know how well you can see the SS logo right there, but disappointing that they couldn't give us a USB 3.0 Type-A on the front, but it does have a charge logo by it, or a lightning bolt logo by it, so I'm guessing that's what you're going to be using to charge the DualSense controller with. And you have your eject button right here, and the power button. They feel about the same as they do on the PS4. Coming around back, first thing I'm noticing is there's no more optical audio output. All you've got is 2 USB 3.0 ports, so they do give you Type-A 3.0 on the back, which is good at least, and an HDMI port, an Ethernet port, and of course your power input. I did actually just notice something. This is the first PlayStation since the fat PS3 I had up here a little bit ago to have 4 USB ports. There's the Type-C and the Type-A on the front, that's 2, and then the 2 3.0 Type-A's around back. So that totals up to 4. Of course, one of them is USB-C, but still. There you go. So there you go, guys. That is going to be it for the unboxing of this Sony PlayStation 5. I know it's a 1.5 years late, but as I said, it's been pretty much impossible to find one of these things. Come back next Friday for another video, because I'm actually finally going to be keeping my every Friday a week upload schedule. About freaking time, right? But anyway, guys, as far as this video goes, that is going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for watching. Alright, really quick before I actually end off the video for you guys, I figured I might as well get the first boot up of this thing on video. Now, this is by no means a permanent setup of this thing. I'm waiting on a shelf that will be mounted right above the PS3 and the PS4 right there. But for right now, it's just going to be sitting on top of the receiver. But I do have it wired in with Ethernet, HDMI, and of course the power cable. So we're going to go ahead and hit the power button right here and give this thing its first boot up ever. Those lights look really cool. As you can see, we've got the input named PS5 on the receiver. Looks like it picked up multi-in. That's good. Very similar to the PS4. Ooh. Well, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set up, but for real this time, guys, that is gonna be it. Thank you for watching.